Welcome back, everyone, to English Podcast for You, your comfortable little corner of the internet where you can practice easy, natural English through warm, everyday conversations. I'm Lily.
And I'm Tom. Before we dive into today's topic, we just want to say a huge, sincere thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, really, thank you. Whether you're listening while washing the dishes, taking a quiet walk, commuting to work, or just relaxing with a cup of tea, we're so happy to share this moment with you.
Exactly. Remember, every single minute you listen to natural English, even when you feel like you aren't making fast progress, your brain is absorbing the rhythm, the flow, and the confidence to express real emotions in English.
So don't be hard on yourself. And hey, let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from today. We love reading where you all are in the world.
Okay, speaking of being hard on oneself, Lily, why do you look like you haven't slept since last Tuesday?
Is it that obvious?
Lily, your eyes are almost closed. What happened?
Tom, I tried to do it all again yesterday. I had 2 college lectures, 3 assignments due at midnight, and then I worked a 6-hour evening shift at the cafe.
Oh no, you were trying to juggle everything at once again, weren't you?
I really was. I thought, I am a superhero. I can study for 5 hours, work a full shift, cook a fresh meal, and sleep 8 hours.
And how did that superhero plan turn out?
I fell asleep on my desk at 2 a.m. with my head on my biology textbook and a cold cup of coffee next to my hand.
Oh, Lily, you were literally burning the candle at both ends.
Exactly. And that is why today we are talking about something so many students and working adults experience: confidence building while dealing with the struggle of working and studying full-time. How to manage a part-time job without losing your mind or your self-confidence.
That's such an important topic, because when you're constantly tired, it's not just your body that feels weak, your confidence takes a hit too, right? You start thinking, why can't I manage this? Why is everyone else succeeding while I'm falling behind?
Yes, you spoke right out of my heart, Tom. That's the exact thought I had at 2 a.m. last night. I felt like a total failure because I couldn't finish my assignment on time.
But you're not a failure at all. Balancing college and a part-time job is genuinely one of the hardest things a young person can do. You're trying to build your future while paying for your present.
Wow, building your future while paying for your present. That is so true.
By the way, for our listeners, today's episode is perfect for intermediate English learners. Don't worry if you don't catch every single word. Just relax, listen for the main ideas, and let the conversation flow naturally. Today we're exploring key vocabulary like juggle, burn the candle, prioritize, schedule, and fatigue.
Tom, can I ask you, did you work when you were in college?
Oh, absolutely. I worked at a grocery store stocking shelves 3 nights a week while doing my degree. And honestly, the hardest part wasn't the physical labor, it was the mental fatigue.
Really? The fatigue?
Yes. Fatigue isn't just being sleepy after a long day. It's that deep, heavy tiredness where your brain feels like thick mud. You sit down to read 1 page of the university essay, and you read the same sentence 5 times without understanding a single word.
Oh, I know that sentence. It's always sentence number 1. You read it, stare at the wall, and think, what language is this?
Exactly. And when fatigue sets in, your confidence plummets. You start doubting your abilities. You think you're not smart enough for college or not tough enough for work.
So how do you separate being genuinely exhausted from losing confidence in your intelligence?
You have to realize that your brain is a battery, not an endless machine. When the battery is at 2%, even simple things feel impossible. It doesn't mean you're incompetent. It just means you need to recharge.
But Tom, how do you recharge when your calendar is completely full? That's where I get stuck. I look at my schedule and every single box from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. is filled.
Ah, the master schedule. Here's a lesson I learned the hard way. You cannot give 100% of your energy to 100% of the things in your life at the exact same time. You have to learn to prioritize.
Prioritize. I hear that word a lot, but in real life, everything feels urgent. Rent is urgent, exams are urgent, sleep is urgent. How do you actually prioritize?
Okay, imagine you're holding 3 balls. One is made of rubber, one is made of plastic, and one is made of glass.
Ooh, I like metaphors. Tell me.
Okay? The rubber ball is something like a minor homework task or responding to a non-urgent email. If you drop it, it bounces back. The plastic ball is a shift at work. It might scratch, but it won't shatter. The glass ball is your mental health and physical health. If you drop the glass ball, it breaks.
Oh, wow. I've been dropping the glass ball every night just to catch rubber balls.
Most people do, Lily. When you learn to prioritize, you give yourself permission to drop the rubber balls once in a while so you can protect the glass ones.
That makes so much sense. But what about confidence? When you're constantly stressed and overwhelmed by your schedule, how do you rebuild it?
Confidence doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from keeping small promises to yourself.
Small promises? Like what?
Instead of saying, I'm going to study for 6 hours straight after my 8-hour shift today, which is totally unrealistic, make a small promise. I will study for 25 minutes, and then I will rest.
25 minutes feels manageable, even when I'm feeling deep fatigue.
Exactly. And when you finish those 25 minutes, your brain registers a victory. You kept your promise to yourself. That small win builds self-trust, and self-trust is the real root of confidence.
So I don't need to transform into a perfect productivity robot overnight.
Please don't. Robots are terrible podcast hosts anyway.
You know, Tom, listening to you talk about this makes me feel so much lighter. I think a lot of English learners who are listening right now feel the exact same pressure, trying to juggle work, family, studies, and learning a whole new language on top of it all.
Absolutely. Learning English while managing a busy life is already proof of how strong and ambitious you are. Don't let a hard day make you forget how far you've already come.
That is so true. Be kind to yourselves, everyone. Take a deep breath. You are doing much better than you think.
You know, Lily, another big part of building confidence when you're overwhelmed is learning how to say no without feeling guilty.
Oh, saying no, that is my absolute weakest skill, Tom. I say yes to extra shifts, yes to extra projects, and then I collapse.
But every time you say yes to something extra when you're already burned out, what are you actually saying no to?
My sleep? My sanity?
Exactly. You're saying no to your own well-being. True confidence isn't about pleasing everyone around you. It's about setting healthy boundaries so you can survive the week.
Boundaries. That sounds scary, but I know I need them. How do you start setting them with your boss or your professors?
It starts with honest communication. Most people respect clarity much more than quiet suffering.
Clarity over quiet suffering. Tom, I think I need to print that out and tape it to my bathroom mirror.
Put it on your phone lock screen. But seriously, think about it. When you hide your struggle and just quietly push through until you collapse, no one knows you're struggling. Your boss assumes you're fine taking that extra Friday night shift. And your professor assumes you just didn't care enough to start the assignment earlier.
That's so true. Last week, my manager at the cafe asked if I could cover a morning shift right before my midterm exam. I was so terrified of looking unreliable that I said yes. And then I literally cried in the break room during my 10-minute lunch break.
Oh, Lily, that sounds awful. And did saying yes actually make you feel more confident or capable?
Not at all. I felt weak, resentment was building up inside me, and my mind was completely scattered during the exam. I was so exhausted I could barely read the questions properly.
Exactly. True confidence comes from knowing your limits and protecting them. Saying, I'd love to help, but I have a major university exam tomorrow, so I need to focus on studying, isn't being rude, it's being professional and clear.
You know, hearing you frame it as professional changes everything. I always thought setting boundaries made me look lazy or uncommitted.
It's actually the exact opposite. People who set clear boundaries are usually the most reliable people because when they say yes, you know they actually have the energy and time to do a great job.
Okay, I'm definitely going to practice that this week. But let's talk about the university side of things for a second. What do you do when the schedule itself feels impossible? Like when you have 3 exams in 2 days and 2 work shifts scheduled back to back.
Ah, the dreaded exam week overlap. That's when you have to stop relying on motivation and start relying on a realistic system.
A realistic system? Is that code for drinking 4 energy drinks and staying up all night?
Absolutely not. Energy drinks are just borrowing energy from tomorrow, and tomorrow always collects its debt with interest.
Borrowing energy from tomorrow? That is painfully accurate. So what does a realistic system actually look like then?
Nodding. Step 1, sit down on Sunday night with your calendar. Instead of filling every hour with tasks, start by blocking out your non-negotiables first.
Non-negotiables, like work shifts and class times?
Work, classes, and sleep. Block out 7 or 8 hours for sleep first. Make sleep an appointment that you cannot cancel.
Wait, schedule sleep first before studying?
Yes, because an exhausted brain takes 3 hours to learn something that a rested brain can learn in 45 minutes. You're actually saving time by sleeping properly.
Wow, my whole life sleep was always the last thing I thought about. Whatever time was left over at 1 a.m. was what I got.
And that's why you were feeling that heavy, constant fatigue. When you treat sleep as an option rather than a necessity, your brain stays in fight or flight mode all week. You can't build self-confidence when your nervous system is constantly panicking.
That makes so much sense. So after you block out work, classes, and sleep, what's next in the system?
Then you look at the remaining hours and break your big tasks into tiny, bite-sized pieces. If you have a 2,000-word essay due on Friday, don't write essay on your schedule for Thursday night.
Why are you attacking my exact habits, Tom? That is literally what I write on my to-do list every single week.
Because everybody does it. But when your brain sees write essay, it panics because the task feels huge and overwhelming. So instead, on Monday, you write outline 3 main ideas. On Tuesday, write introduction. On Wednesday, write 2 body paragraphs.
Ooh, that feels so much lighter. It's like breaking a huge mountain into small steps you can actually walk up without passing out.
Exactly. And every time you check off one of those tiny steps, your brain gets a quick little hit of dopamine. You feel accomplished, you feel in control, and that daily progress slowly rebuilds your confidence.
You know, Tom, this reminds me of how people feel when they're learning English, too.
Oh, how so?
Well, a lot of our listeners tell us in the comments that they feel overwhelmed by how much English there is to learn. They look at all the grammar rules, thousands of vocabulary words, idioms, pronunciation, and they feel like they'll never reach fluency.
Wow, Lily, that is such a powerful connection. You're so right. Trying to learn English all at once is just like trying to write an essay in one night.
Exactly. But if you break it down, listen to a 20-minute podcast today, learn 5 new target words like juggle or fatigue tomorrow, speak 3 sentences out loud on Wednesday, it doesn't feel scary anymore.
That is beautiful. Small, consistent steps will always take you further than intense, exhausting sprints that end in burnout.
I think I really needed to hear all of this today. I've been so hard on myself lately, feeling like I'm failing as a student, failing at my job, and failing at taking care of myself.
You are not failing at all, Lily. You are juggling a massive workload, and the fact that you're showing up every single day, trying your best and learning along the way shows incredible strength.
Thank you, Tom. That means a lot, really.
Anytime. Now, I think it's time we give our listeners' brains a nice relaxing break with our calm word tour.
Yes, let's slow things down, take a deep breath, and review the key words and phrases we've been using in today's chat.
Welcome to our cozy little calm word tour. Let's take a peaceful moment to really soak in these 5 powerful words we talked about today, so you can start using them with complete confidence in your own life.
I love this part of the podcast. It feels like taking off heavy shoes after a long walk. So, Tom, what is our very first word today?
Our first word is juggle. Spell it Juggle. To juggle means to try to manage several different activities, responsibilities, or tasks at the same time.
Right, just like a performer in a circus throwing balls up into the air and catching them one by one. In real life, you might juggle a job, university classes, and family responsibilities.
Exactly. For example, it can be really difficult to juggle a full-time study schedule with a part-time job at a cafe. Repeat that in your mind or out loud. Juggle.
Such a visual word. Now, our second phrase is one of my personal favorites, even though I'm trying to stop doing it. Burn the candle at both ends.
Yes, this is a classic idiom. If you burn the candle at both ends, it means you are staying up very late at night and waking up very early in the morning, basically using up all your energy without giving your body time to rest.
It comes from the visual image of lighting a candle from both ends. It burns down twice as fast and disappears quickly. An example sentence would be, if you keep burning the candle at both ends, you're going to get sick before exam week.
Very important warning to remember. Repeat after us. Burn the candle at both ends.
What's our third word, Tom?
Word number 3 is prioritize. Prioritize. To prioritize means to organize tasks so that you deal with the most important or urgent ones first, before anything else.
Right, like when Tom mentioned protecting the glass balls. When you prioritize, you decide what matters most today. For example, when you have too many assignments due, you need to prioritize your sleep and health so you don't burn out.
Perfect. Try saying that word gently. Prioritize.
And that leads right into our fourth word, which is schedule. Schedule. A schedule can be a noun, meaning a plan of activities and times, or a verb, meaning to arrange an event for a specific time.
Exactly. You can say, I looked at my weekly schedule and realized I didn't leave any free time for resting. Or, as a verb, let's schedule our study session for Thursday afternoon.
Notice how natural that sounds. Repeat it quietly. Schedule.
And our fifth and final word for this section is a big one. Fatigue. Fatigue. Fatigue is a state of extreme tiredness, physical or mental exhaustion, resulting from hard work, stress, or lack of sleep.
It's much stronger than just feeling a little bit sleepy. It's that deep, heavy body tiredness. For example, after working 3 night shifts in a row, she suffered from severe mental fatigue.
A very useful word to express how you feel when you're overwhelmed. Repeat it with us. Fatigue.
Wow, those 5 words, juggle, burn the candle at both ends, prioritize, schedule, and fatigue, really tell the story of our whole conversation today, don't they?
They really do. And now that we've refreshed our minds with these key words, I want to pivot back to something you mentioned earlier, Lily, that feeling of comparison when you look at other people on social media.
Tom, social media comparison is absolute poison when you're already exhausted. You open your phone at midnight after a grueling 12-hour day of classes and coffee shifts, and what do you see?
Let me guess. Someone your age posting a video titled, My Peaceful 5 a.m. Morning Routine as a Full-Time Student and Business Owner?
Yes, with aesthetic green smoothies, a perfectly organized, color-coded desk, 3 hours of flawless studying, and a candle burning softly in the background.
And there you are, sitting in the dark, eating cereal out of a mug because all the bowls are in the sink.
Why do you know my life so well, Tom? But seriously, in that moment, your brain doesn't think, hey, this is just a curated 30-second clip. Your brain thinks, look at how easy they make it look. Why am I struggling so much?
That is so relatable. But here's the secret about social media. Nobody posts their mental fatigue. Nobody records themselves crying over a late assignment or falling asleep on a textbook with cold coffee. You are comparing your messy, behind-the-scenes real life to everyone else's highlight movie trailer.
Comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. That is such a comforting way to look at it.
It's true. When you try to juggle work and college, your life is going to be messy sometimes, and that is completely normal. True confidence isn't about looking perfect on the outside. It's about being kind to yourself on the inside when things get chaotic.
You know, I've actually started taking short breaks from social media during exam weeks, just deleting the apps for 5 days so I can focus on my own reality instead of everyone else's illusion.
That is a fantastic strategy. Protecting your mental space is just as important as managing your schedule. When you cut out all that extra noise, you suddenly have so much more energy to invest in yourself.
It really works, and it gives you space to celebrate your own small victories. Like today, I managed to get up, attend my lectures, work my shift, and have this amazing, uplifting conversation with you.
And you did it all while speaking fluent, expressive English. See, you were doing amazing, Lily.
Thanks, Tom. I feel so much better than I did when we started recording today.
Me too. And to everyone listening at home, in your car, or on your walk, we hope this conversation made you feel a little less alone in your daily struggle. You are working hard, you are growing every single day, and you have every reason to be proud of yourself.
Absolutely. Be kind to yourself this week. Protect your energy, don't drop those glass balls, and take it one small step at a time.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us on English Podcast for You. If you enjoyed today's episode, please drop a comment below and share one small goal you're going to prioritize this week. We love hearing from you.
Keep practicing your English, take care of your heart, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.